Hey, motherfucker, who are you? Where I'm from, who are you? But when he was introducing them in that world,
but that's because the last roast.
Yes.
Did you see him?
No.
Bro, he hit that shit so hard. His lines. Jeff Ross has been doing roast longer than Whitney Cummings was a glint in the eye of the guy that gang raped her mother. He said shit that was so, and a guy you don't know. Hey, the situation is here. If you spend as much time reading as you did chasing skanks, you wouldn't have AIDS. And people are going, who the fuck is this guy? It was crazy. So so the next time you do a roast, now on the podcast, I'm saying it out loud, you have to do the next roast. You have to.
That's the place they put you.
No, it's the place that they need you. And now the people that didn't know who you were, that saw you take out Shatner and saw you take out Jeselnik and do that fucking Hanna-Barbera run at Seth MacFarlane. Like now those people are going to go, okay, good. This is a good roast because they're going to say, these people are here. He's here. He's here. Now you're the guy. Patrice is here.
Right.
Like now you have to do the roast and you got to talk yourself into realizing that that's why it's step.
I agree. I can't disagree.
The next roast, if they're roasting fucking, Peter Brady, just go and just fucking blow him up and get out of there.
Jay, 5 years ago, I told you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
On that. I don't want to hear it, but
you can tell me
I've changed.
Too.
No.
You and I have always had an odd, be quiet. From day one, I don't know what it was.
That's funny. An odd, be quiet.
It's true though. I'm up in Boston and Steve Cato and doing those weird fucking.
An odd, be quiet.
An odd, be quiet.
I will say.
Shush.
I'm saying I'm a lot more open to thinking that because I don't want to be just a martyr in this game. All the things that I could have been and. Oh, you got to watch this YouTube thing. Wow, I want to enjoy the business. I just know what makes me happy.
Yeah.
And I want to be happy too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just make a bunch of money.
If the roast doesn't particularly make you happy, you have to now compartmentalize and realize it's now a job, one of many jobs that you do, and check that box. You are now in the roast. You're in that little group of people.
Fair enough.
That people go, I know it's going to be. Jeff Ross is like this royalty in roasts, and you're as funny as Jeff Ross. You know what I mean?
But wouldn't you?
And Jeselnik.
But wouldn't you?
And Jeselnik
Let me ask you this, and not as far as fear of anything, but you go, whoa, Jay Mohr fucking. Oh, the roast, 17 years straight, you do the roast. Isn't there a place where, you hosted the NHL award?
Motherfucker, you're on 2.
You hosted the NHL award.
But we're not talking about 17 years. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
You hosted the NHL award.
Yeah.
And you did well both times.
Yeah.
Isn't there a third time where you go, let me just let them...
No. I'm like a fucking dog with a toy in its mouth. That's my fucking job. And no one's taking that shit from me. I'm like a pitcher that don't want to come out of the game.
Let them have enjoyed the moment.
That's where the money comes in as well. Why should I give this fucking checkup? This is an A night of my life. And I talk for 10 minutes. And I get a check. I hang around with these people. Everyone enjoys what I do. Why would I release that to let some douchebag come in and do it?
See, that's where...
Why?
I don't know. I can't argue with that because your money out of all this interview, what you motivated by dough.
But here's what you also have to understand. This year I've had 4 jobs where I made no money. I don't make any money from the podcast. And the podcast.
But I tell you what, money's on the way. Mentally, you're investing something so that money can. But if this podcast is useless to you.
What do you want me to say, Patrice? Vision. It's such a long sight. It's not short-sightedness.
Right.
And you got to take the long sight. The blogging for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I didn't make any money for that. But do I do it? Go, I just want to write a blog? No, I write it because I go, hey, maybe housewives that watch the Real Housewives will come to my shows. Because ultimately, everything you and I are doing, I would guess, is to get more people in the rooms where we are our absolute selves.
I agree. I'm out.
Thanks, Patrice. I love you, sweetie.
Thanks, man.
Say some like nice goodbye thing.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Jay.
Now let me ask you this: Did this feel at any time like you and I were working?
No, because we both talk. I love talking.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you got to get your own podcast up and running. And just
I'll tell you this right now.
Break it.
If I end up with a podcast, if I have a podcast, it's going to be not that you wanted this, but I'm going to say this. It will be directly attributed to Jay Mohr.
Good.
And I'll say why.
No, once you stand up, you're out, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I'm going to say why.
He stood up on the table.
I'm on, I think, one end of the spectrum. There's a middle, and I think you're on the other end of the spectrum in terms of you have a lot of philosophy on why to do it. I have a lot of philosophy on why not to do it.
Yeah.
In things in general. So what you're saying, your conviction on why to do it is interesting. And not just a podcast, just anything. Where you go, why not do that? Because my idea is, why do another roast? I did well on this one. Why bother to do the next thing that I really don't want to do anyway? But you have an interesting scope on why to do it.
You have to do the next roast. Because now people that didn't know who you were, I mean, what the fuck are we in this business for? To fill rooms.
Right, but don't forget, I got in this business. Now I go, look, I tell people funny is different than comedy. And I didn't realize that shit till 10 years in. That I did it because I was a funny motherfucker, and I just thought, I didn't think about what you were going to be. I didn't get in this to be a star. I got in it because I wasn't a good employee. I just thought there was a way to do comedy. I just thought funny goes to comedy.
Right.
Then you realize funny ain't comedy. You realize it's business. And so I was trying to find that place where, you know, because I'm self-destructive, even in my life, I go, let me find a way to be really, really funny and a really good comic. I wanted to be everything, and that's where the happiness was coming in. So I do want money, Jay. I do want fame and all that bullshit that I seem to begrudge, but I want it. There's got to be a place to just do it, so it's more things that I want to do than more things that I don't want to do. But I'm good at it.
The things you want to do are a direct result of an accumulation of the things maybe you didn't really feel like doing. But when you do enough of them together, and Slash knows you from stuff, think of all that stuff you didn't feel like fucking doing. But like Slash ain't a producer or like a director.
Right.
And the more shit you cobbled together, and you do want to do the roast. It's not like you go, I don't want to fucking do a roast. I know if the roast was downstairs in this hotel, and me and you could just get on the elevator right now and do it, we'd be fucking doing it in 2 seconds.
Fair enough.
Right?
Right. I mean, to a degree.
But to what you said you want to do, to be like Patrice ONeal, Anderson Cooper, Jon Stewart, it's the accumulation of all these things that gets you the credit and the industry cred, the street
Maybe
cred.
I'm confused, like it was the old time Johnny Carson where you could do one good thing and then
that
boom.
Shit's over.
You know what I'm saying? You could do something and show people that you could do it.
Nope.
Because I noticed after the roast, I've been in the game for a while. People know, you know, my pedigree, but still, it was almost like people that already knew I was a good comic was going, now you're a good, now, like they create things that are official. Even though I did the elephant in the room, I'm very proud of that. I like to present that as who I am.
Right.
As a comic and what I think.
Most of the people in the world don't see each thing we do. So you have to do
a whole
as
bunch
many
of shit.
Things as possible to keep that pie chart filling up with people that know who you are.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and you'll get Louis has autonomy. That is the craziest shit you could have. More than money.
Right.
Like when we were doing Mohr Sports, for some reason they let us do whatever we wanted. It was great.
But wasn't that one of the best, your favorite things you ever did?
Yeah, but I got fucking paid.
Yeah, but wasn't that one of your favorite things
Absolutely.
you ever did?
You want to know why?
Because that's your shit.
I went to Michael Eisner and I told him the idea for a show, and he goes, "Sounds great. Who do I call?" And we were like, it was me and Katz.
But I know the accumulation, but wouldn't you?
But the percentage,
you seem to love that show.
The percentage of people that know me from that show is less than.
But wait a minute, that's what I'm saying. You at the other end, though, Jay. I'm saying for your spirit, that show, even though no little people know. Wouldn't you love to just stay doing that show?
I would have done it for 10 years.
And even if it didn't get you your accumulation, it got your, this is what I enjoy.
Yes.
So how many people know me from Tough Crowd? I don't know. But what we did was what was tapping into what I would love to do all the time.
Yeah. And people love you on Tough Crowd. You know that.
Right.
Okay. You now have a responsibility to check off as many of those boxes as possible so that the next time there's a Tough Crowd or a Patrice ONeal or a Jon Stewart.
You have a responsibility to who?
To your audience that's going to watch that show. That could be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, that when that opportunity comes up, you have to be in the conversation of the three motherfuckers that could possibly do this job.
Right.
They're going to go, it could be Craig Kilborn, or it could be this guy. And then somebody goes, Patrice ONeal, and everybody in the room goes, ooh, that would be fucking great if we could get Patrice. And if no one goes, from what? Where's he from? They go, oh, the fucking roast, Tough Crowd, and you just build all that shit up. And you just hand in this fucking wheelbarrow of you, and you dump the shit in the office, and you walk out, and they talk about you after you leave. You create a problem for them. Your name has to come up.
I just realized something.
What?
I'm lazy. That sounds like too much work.
Patrice ONeal, ladies and gentlemen. Put your name on it. Like, now those people are going to go, okay, good. This is a good roast because they're going to say, these people are here, he's here, he's here. Now you're the guy. Patrice is here.
Right.
Like, now you have to do the roast. And you got to talk yourself into.
Hey, motherfucker, who are you? Where I'm from, who are you? But when he was introducing them in that world.
And that's all, but that's because the last roast.
Yes.
Did you see him?
No.
Bro, he hit that shit so hard. His lines. Jeff Ross has been doing, and people are going, who the fuck is this guy? It was crazy. So like, so the next time you do a roast, now on the podcast, I'm saying it out loud, you have to do the next roast. You have to.
That's the place they put you.
No, it's the place that they need you. And now the people that didn't know who you were, that saw you take out Shatner and saw you take out Jeselnik and do that fucking Hanna-Barbera run at Seth MacFarlane roast longer than Whitney Cummings was a glint in the eye of the guy that gang raped her mother. Like, I mean, he said shit that was so, and a guy you don't know, hey, the situation is here. You know, if you spend as much time reading as you did chasing skanks, you wouldn't have AIDS.